What's going on, guys? Carlos here, your normal guy. And yeah, Yield Nodes seems to be in trouble. You may be shocked by the title of this video. I don't think they have rug pulled. So in this video, I'm going to go through what has been happening recently with Yield Nodes. I'm going to go through the key parts of the email that they sent to their users today, and I'll try to interpret exactly what it means. For the record, I have almost 6,000 euros in Yield Nodes, but I have always said that it's a risky platform and we should only invest what we can afford to lose. Check out a little section of the first video that I've made about Yield Nodes. Something innovative, it could go to zero. So if you put your money there, make sure that you put something that you can live with if it goes to zero. Leave your like, subscribe to the channel, but I don't want to waste time. Let's go straight to the content of this video. And what has happened with Yield Nodes over the past month or so? Well, officially on the 15th of September, they launched their web app and announced plans for expansion. Then 5 days later, they were giving 10% bonus on deposit until the end of September if people use the Sapphire Destiny token. For some people, this was a red flag that things were not going very well with Sapphire, which happens to be one of their main masternoding projects. We can see here on CoinGecko that the Sapphire token has gone down from just above 50 cents to around 10 cents in a matter of hours. So it crashed 80% in a couple of hours. It has recovered a bit though. It's just around 30 cents right now, but it's still a crash of 40% with respect to the price of the token less than 24 hours ago. If we look at a longer time frame, you can see here, it looks like a rug pull chart on the right hand side. It has got close to $1 and right now it's close enough to 10 cents, right? So this is probably the main reason why Yield Node is struggling right now. Then a day later, they said that they would be celebrating their 3rd-year anniversary and they were lowering their profits in order to share more with the community. And then we got this lovely email today, which left a lot of room for interpretation. Okay, different people are interpreting it in a different way. So what I'm gonna do is, apologies if you already got the email, if you've already read the email, I'm gonna read this email. And as I am reading, I'll try to interpret what it actually means. So the email was sent by Stefan, who is YieldNode's CEO. He started saying that due to the current crypto winter and the general problematic economic situation, which involves the war in Ukraine, high inflation, high energy prices, weaknesses of the euro, etc., they were forced to hedge their virtual assets with real and sustainable assets and to provide and manage them in a decentralized way. So, I mean, they already started the email with a confusing paragraph, right? Therefore, with immediate effect, we will restructure Yield Nodes into Yield Nodes Pro to ensure hedging by real assets and to ensure that our shared values are preserved in the long term. The repeated blocking of exchanges like Binance and Challenge, which are still both blocked, and the difficulties in lending our assets show us that it is time to implement the Destiny strategy as soon as possible and tie the value of our coins to real assets. The general selling pressure has a negative impact, especially on the price of assets that are only based on monetary values, and we currently have hardly any chance to cash out our profits from the master nodes. In addition, there are constant attacks on our coins, combined with the insubstantial statement that we are a scam. All this leads to the fact that we must immediately realign our strategy in the direction of Destiny. Actually, I forgot to show this to you, but a few days ago, they were also restructuring the dates of which the withdrawals would be paid. There was a small window between the 7th and the 11th of every month, and they attributed this change to the fact that Binance had deliberately locked their wallet, and Steven even had shown the balance of the wallet. They had a lot of Bitcoin, a lot of Ethereum. However, they were not able to access those funds on their Binance wallet. Another point here that is a bit confusing and intriguing is the fact that they want to hedge They are a company using real world assets, but they give further explanation about it in the continuation of the email. Let's see what else they say. We have shown through transparency, openness, and real audits that we do a decent and good job as a team. However, we see that this is repeatedly undetermined by players on the market who only want to gamble. We can only counteract this with real assets and applications that give all our partners the necessary security that they can trust Dicinomy and thus yield nodes even in times of crisis. We will implement this strategy through Yield Nodes Pro. As many know, this has always been our plan. We are only bringing it forward because of the current situation and are starting the immediate implementation. We currently have enough reserves, which are now being used to activate Yield Nodes Pro. So in doing so, we will integrate the existing and still to be developed real assets into our Dicinomy network and make them available to our partners via Yield Nodes Pro directly or pooled as an asset. The assets to be made available are available to Dicinomy through contractual agreements with various partners who strongly believe in our strategy and fully support us in its implementation. These are 2 hubs in Germany and Malta, a large photovoltaic power plant in Germany, several photovoltaic power plants in Italy and Germany, a large photovoltaic power plant in Iran, an HTC plant in Germany connected to all patents, and there's a link here to that if you want to check it out, a music publisher and streaming provider in Germany, the Mobilith project with which we can charge electric cars without a charging network, and which also compensates for the disadvantages of the very volatile power supply from the sun and wind. Additionally, there are various residential, commercial, and social properties, building plots, and forests where we focus on sustainable construction and management. So in short, a project that was doing master noding and took our money in the first place, advertising the master noding aspect of the business mostly, is now going to use all that money to invest in real life projects mostly related to energy production, the charge of electric vehicles, power plants, real estate, plots and forests, etc. So basically they seem to be getting the money that they took from yield nodes, and they said, you know what, we're going to get all that money and we're going to invest in real world things. Basically they're saying if they didn't do that, they wouldn't survive. That's the only way I can read that. Anyway, there is more. They add saying that the value of these real assets amounts to well over 300 million euros. And they say that the return on these assets is extremely high, but also sustainable. More detailed information with locations, economic, and technical data will be following soon. To be able to implement this, they will convert payments made and credit balances in yield nodes into NFTs, which will give a subscription right to shares in these assets. Until these NFTs can be traded, the contractual minimal interest rate of 5% per quarter will be ensured. After that, in a first stage, we will create a possibility for these NFTs to be traded, which is in Q2 2023. And in the second stage, based on Yield Nodes Pro, in Q4 2023, we will provide a portal that will allow our partners to convert these NFTs into equity investments and receive the returns from the associated assets. So our beautiful yield nodes balance now will be converted into NFT, which will work as some sort of shares or stocks for a eco-friendly, environmentally friendly energy production business. That's not what we signed up for. And more, we can only trade those NFTs in Q2 2023. And they're talking about Yield Nodes Plus being launched in Q4 2023, and then we can convert the NFTs into some sort of equity investments. It's very, very confusing, and it's very disheartening and disappointing. The email ends stating that they have consulted with economists and lawyers, and that this is the best and probably the only way for our partners to continue to benefit from assets of value. and it forms the basis of realizing the dysynomy strategies. So they say here that some will be disappointed, of course, by them and may even hate us. Yes, of course. I mean, that's not what we signed up for. You're doing something with our money that we didn't originally intend to use our money for. And they add saying that if you think it true, you will see that this is the best way for everyone to continue to get returns from yield nodes and avoid losses. So this is only a pause of a few months, which is necessary for the restructuring, and they will follow up with more detailed information in the coming days. With crypto, we all should know that high risks, high rewards. And yeah, they've been delivering for 3 years, and suddenly overnight, we don't know what's going to happen. We are in the sea of uncertainty. They end the email saying that we will still see our funds. It's just a pause for a couple of months. But again, that's not what we signed up for, and it's not okay to make that decision on our behalf. Personally, so that it doesn't affect my sleep, my attitude is that I lost my money. Yeah, I'm gonna sleep perfectly fine. 6,000 euros is what I have over there. And yeah, I'm not happy, but I'll sleep okay at night. I put in there an amount that I actually can afford to lose. If I ever get my money back in the future, in Q2 next year or Q4 next year or whenever, I'll probably take all my money out like most of you will and try to cut my losses because yeah, I'm sure there will be losses. But that's how I feel, that's how I see. Best case scenario, we get our money back in a few months and we have the choice to withdraw. Worst case scenario, our money is all gone. There might be something in between, but it's very hard to gauge and to estimate what this something in between would be. I want to apologize to people that have watched me because I have made some videos about yield nodes, though I have always thrown in my disclaimer, as I said at the beginning, it is risky stuff and we should only invest what we can afford to lose. And this works for anything in crypto, guys. Sometimes we get greedy with those returns and then we make a lot of passive income. We think about quitting our jobs. But in the end of the day, crypto is the wild, wild west and anything can happen overnight. So it's very important to not get greedy and to come up with a strategy that allows us to manage our risks, to return our initial money, so that, as I said, we can live with a loss, live with a black swan event or with those things that are completely beyond our control. That's not the video I wanted to be making. I'm quite busy here today at work and I started making this video at 7 a.m. and it's now almost 5 p.m. I've been making in sections, in chunks as soon as I have a chance. But I hope you appreciate that I'm here to tell you my honest interpretation about this very unpleasant news. I'll see you guys in the next video. All the best. Hang in there. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.